Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Amelia Marquez. In tonight's news, a Franklin County deputy has been charged with the misuse of official information. An Estill Springs man is killed after being struck by a vehicle Monday night in Tullahoma. And we'll tell you why you need to be extra cautious this time of year in the areas where deer are present. And we'll bring you an up-to-date story on plans for Veterans Day observances in the area. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 different locations, 8 new car franchises, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, a certified collision center with lifetime paint guarantee, Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental. Let our family exceed your expectations at the Russell Barnett Automotive family. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Welcome back. Special agents from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation have obtained an indictment for a deputy of the Franklin County Sheriff's Office who is accused of misusing information in a criminal investigation. After receiving information from Franklin County Sheriff Tim Fuller, 12th District Attorney General Michael Taylor requested TBI open an investigation into Timothy Martin Tyler on June 26th. During the course of the investigation, agents developed information that Tyler provided the suspect with information about the impending arrest. On Monday, the Franklin County grand jury returned an indictment charging Tyler with 1 count of misuse of official information. Wednesday morning, Tyler turned himself in to authorities who booked him into the Franklin County Jail on a $10,000 bond.
A Franklin County man was killed Monday night when he was struck by a SUV while crossing North Jackson Street in front of Tullahoma High School. Michael N. Johnson, age 48 of Estill Springs, died at Nova Healthcare Harton from injuries he sustained after being struck by a vehicle driven by Trey McCarty, age 19 of Fayetteville. No charges were filed against McCarty.
With animal collision rates increasing due to mating season, the Tennessee Department of Commerce and Insurance shares tips to help provide Tennessee drivers with unforeseen and potentially dangerous encounters with wildlife. Mating season for many animals is October through December. This rise in activity significantly increases your risk of hitting an animal while driving your vehicle. More deer accidents occur in October and November than the rest of the year. The National Highway Safety Administration reports there are about 1.5 million annual deer-related auto accidents. The Safety Administration estimates also indicate that property damage caused by collisions with deer result in more than $1 billion in annual losses.
These tips may help reduce your chances of an animal collision. Deer tend to travel in herds, so if you see one, look out for more than just one. They may follow. Deer signs are placed at the known deer crossings areas. Pay attention and reduce your speed when you see these signs. Be extra cautious during dawn and dusk hours when animals tend to be more active. Stay alert and watch your speed. Make sure your headlights are in working order to improve your night vision. Using high beams can help spot wildlife, but be considerate of other drivers when using them. Stay focused while driving and do not text or talk on the phone or allow passengers to distract you. Always wear your seatbelt, and this won't prevent a collision, but it can save your life in the event of an accident.
Some accidents are simply unavoidable. Knowing how to react in the event of an animal collision can help you stay safe. If you're about to hit a deer or other animal, hold firmly onto the steering wheel, apply your brakes, and come to a stop. If you can avoid a collision, try not to swerve, because if you do swerve, you could lose control and hit a tree or veer into oncoming traffic. And remember, if the deer is injured, do not touch it. Injured animals can cause serious harm to humans.
The Tullahoma Board of Mayor and Aldermen have approved revisions revisions to the Memorandum of Understanding with Coffee County Emergency Medical Services. Tullahoma Fire Chief Richard Shasteen explains these changes.
I'd like to call on Chief Shasteen to give a little background on the program and the changes in the operating agreement between us and the county EMS.
Thanks, sir. Thank you, Mayor. We'd like to update our MOU with Coffee County Emergency Medical Services. Each year we review it in-house to see if there's any needed changes, updates. Over the last few years, of course, we log every call we go on. Chief Michael Bonner and I meet regularly and discuss the program, how it's working, the goods and the bads, and what we can do to improve it. Some of the improvements we're requesting are based on some of the calls that they have received, and by the time they get there, that call may have changed to a more serious call. For instance, somebody calls in and says, I think I might be having a heart attack. Well, in the 4 to 6, 7 minutes that it might take for EMS to get there, that can change into cardiac arrest where they're needing advanced life support. So we decided that those calls like that, difficulty breathing, stroke, reported stroke would be 3 calls that we probably need to be rolling at the same time. Quite often there are times where the ambulance might be delayed a little bit and the fire department can possibly get there quicker or first and initiate care. We've spent some time and money to train our personnel to the emergency medical response level at minimum. We do have EMTs and paramedics also. So we feel like it's a great service for our citizens. Our employees certainly enjoy going out and helping people. That's why they signed on. So it's a good morale thing for us. We get to go out and help a lot of people, and it's great for the citizens. So we'd like to ask that we approve this MOU update.
Very good. Any questions?
Make the motion to approve.
Oh, I'm sorry, did we not do that?
Yes, we did. Matheson.
Okay. Any questions? Ready to vote? All those in favor of the motion as presented, vote green. Opposed, vote red. This is certainly good news. Thank you. Appreciate your initiative. Motion passes 7-0.
We'll be back after these messages.
I have 30 seconds to tell you about RussellBarnett.com. We're going to find over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles, RussellBarnett.com. We're going to get your trade appraised, RussellBarnett.com. We're going to get financing done, RussellBarnett.com. We're going to get collision repair assistance, RussellBarnett.com. We're going to get auto rental assistance, RussellBarnett.com. We are the one-stop shop, one click away. Why click anywhere else?
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family caring for your family since 1932.
Welcome back. Tullahoma Community Coordinator Winston Brooks stopped by earlier this week to tell us about the city's plans for celebrating Veterans Day this year.
So we do. We mentioned Veterans Day, and we've got a great program coming up Friday, November 10th at the South Jackson Civic Center, 10:45 a.m. We're going to pause and honor all of our veterans, and this year's ceremony is going to be really exciting and really great. This may be one of the best years we've got. We've got new music that's going to be featured. We've got a great speaker. We have Colonel Scott Kane, who is the commander out at AEDC at Arnold Air Force Base. So this will be the first time that I've been doing this, that we've had the acting commander come, so that's exciting.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if you've met him yet.
He's been on the show with us. He's a nice guy.
Dynamic young man.
Yes, he is.
Intelligent. I'm so glad there are a lot of smarter people than me in this world. His degree is in astronautical engineering, which means aircraft that fly outside of our atmosphere.
Right.
So, like I said, I'm glad there's people out there smarter than me. One of our great performances will be by a gentleman named John Gray.
No.
I don't know if you know him or not, but he does a great performance of a song called Faithful Soldier. We have other music that's going to be provided by the THS Aristocats. They do an excellent job, led by Adam Womack, and the THS Brass Ensemble from the band.
They always do good
Award-winning show there with Justin Scott and the new band director Lisa Burden, who's come into town and really doing a great job with the young musicians. So they'll do their usual patriotic music. But then we have Lloyd Smith.
I was just getting ready to ask if Lloyd was going to be there.
And
you talk about a voice.
Yes. It's unbelievable.
And Lloyd does several things, but one thing he does is he does all of the military service.
I call it a patriotic medley.
Yeah, patriotic medley of the Army song and the Navy song and the Marine song and the Coast Guard and all this stuff, and all of the veterans in those branches of service stand up during that, and it's just hair standing up on me right now.
It is really great.
It's really wonderful.
It's worth seeing. That's really what I've enjoyed about being involved in this program, is going and getting to know the veterans. And some of the older veterans will wear their World War II uniforms.
We still have some World War II guys.
And you get to visit with them. There's a reception afterwards with some food and coffee, so people can visit after the presentation. So it's just been a great experience for me to be involved. And I really want to reach out, just thank all the people and the volunteers who helped make this a great event, because it's really something special that the city puts on, and it's usually a packed house. So the event this year is on November 10th, a Friday, which is a little awkward, so be mindful that the city this year will not be doing it on November 11th. They'll be doing that over in Coffee County on November 11th, but the federal holiday is observed on Friday when it falls on a Saturday like that. So it's over the next 2 years, it'll be a little off kilter. It won't be on the 11th.
But then on Saturday at the American Legion post on Atlantic Street, we will also have on 11/11, which is Saturday, we will have a veteran celebration at 11 o'clock.
I appreciate you reminding me about that. I saw Benny this weekend, and he wanted me to tell people to come out to the Veterans Day ceremony on November 11th at the American Legion.
Right, and that's one of the things. I'm the chaplain there, and one of the things we do is read the list of our county veterans who have passed away this past year, and that's usually a very solemn and it's a wonderful event.
Yes.
And we have so many who have served and gone, and they're to be thanked as well.
Well, we have a ringing of the fallen in our presentation at the city too. We've got Ed Lavari, who's going to be a U.S. Navy retired veteran, and his family owns Fuel So Good, and so he's new to that. This is Max Lamont used to do the ringing of the bell for the fallen, and it's sort of similar to what you're saying. Calling out the names of the veterans that have gone on.
Yeah.
So it's a very moving part of the ceremony.
It is very good.
More Newsleader on 6 is coming up in a moment.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. It's a Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. Jim spoke with a representative from the Bedford County Cancer Society about a fundraiser they are having coming up this Saturday in conjunction with the Shelbyville Veterans Day festivities.
Pleased to have joining us on the set now, Naveed Monajim. Did I get that right?
Perfect.
Oh, outstanding. And he is with the Bedford County Cancer Society, and they've got a big event coming up. First of all, Naveed, tell me a little bit about the Cancer Society, about your organization, what they do.
Thanks, Jim. Well, the Bedford Cancer Foundation is a local charity completely run by volunteer board where we provide financial assistance to patients and their families who are stricken by cancer. What we do is usually through two major fundraisers every year, the second coming up this weekend, as we'll talk about. We generate the funds to be able to provide financial assistance to folks that are having trouble dealing with transportation issues and other financial implications of dealing with cancer. We provide direct financial assistance by paying their electric bill if they need it, or a water bill, a mortgage payment, or provide them a gas card for fuel for travel.
I'm interrupting for just a second, but I bet you that's something that happens to lots and lots of folks, and maybe you don't realize it out there, because a lot of people perhaps have insurance that covers the medical costs, but there's so many other expenses associated with that you got to deal with, that you can have serious issues, I imagine.
Jim, you've got that right, a ton. Everybody listening knows somebody with cancer, and they have to deal with that problem every single day. These are the unseen, issues. We got to deal with the cancer and the medical bills, but we help out with the loads of expenses that just go unpaid because you're concentrating on this life-threatening disease.
I've talked to some folks with your organization before. It's a great organization. I understand that you primarily work in Bedford County. Is that correct?
Yes, our charter requires us to assist folks who reside in Bedford County.
Okay.
As folks that need help, contact us either through our website or by phone. We investigate their situation, and then every month we meet, formally discuss all of these cases, and provide the financial assistance for them. So if there's some emergent need in between, we have the ability to take care of this. We have, our budget is pretty much $0. We have no administrative costs. All the costs of running this are purely volunteered through the board members. So everything that we raise stays for the assistance of folks in Bedford County.
Okay.
Everything goes to the patient. We're a 501c3 organization, so there's the administrative costs related to maintaining that organization, but it's a IRS recognizes charitable organization, and all of our expenses are borne by the board, or just the small administrative costs from our money raised. So about 99.9% of all of our money goes directly to the folks who are providing assistance.
How long has this organization been around?
We've been around for about 12 years, 12 to 13 years.
You mentioned that you had 2 fundraisers. I think one of them's a horse show, is it not?
That's right. One of them's a horse show. It takes place in the spring.
For Shelbyville, yeah.
Right. It takes place in the spring, and then our upcoming 5K run walk is our next biggest fundraiser.
Talk a little bit about your 5K coming up.
Well, the 5K we've sort of combined in with our honoring and celebrating Veterans Day and our veterans. So it usually takes place on the day, well, it always takes place for the last 6 years, in conjunction with the Veterans Day Parade. So right there pretty close to downtown Shelbyville, the race and the walk starts right in front of all the floats, and runs along the parade route and ends in the celebration grounds there, right but where Calisonic Green is.
I did not realize that. So as the parade is making its route, you guys are running with...
We're in front of them. Yeah, we're right in front. Of course, we've had world-class runners that run that route in 15 minutes, and then anybody that wants to come along and register and walk, we've got strollers, golf carts, I mean, you name it, all there, of course, to both honor the veterans as well as raise money to help folks with
So
cancer.
Basically, you don't have to be a big major athlete to be able to be part of that. You can participate in any manner, on any level.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's a great idea, and I assume that you make a contribution to be able to participate in that part of it, right?
Well, you register. It's only $25 to register if you can register between now and the event. So the event is going to be this Saturday at 11 o'clock, which is when the Veterans Day Parade is in Shelbyville. And you can register right at our website.
Yeah, okay. And what is that website? Do you know?
It's bedfordcancerfoundation.org. I see on the screen it says .com, but
they already knew that back there.
But it's .org, not .com.
Oh, okay.
If you go to .com,
all right, okay,
you'll run into a dead end. But
yeah, okay. There we go. Fixed it back there. Good job.
There we go.
Good job.
Fantastic.
And we'll be right back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental has proudly served your auto rental for over 30 years. Check out this huge selection to choose from. Small car, mid-size car, full-size car, crossover vehicle, SUV, minivan, pickup trucks, 12 and 15 passenger vans. Whether big or small, Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental has them all. Stop by our 2 locations to serve you, Tullahoma and in Winchester. And remember, my question is, why rent anywhere else?
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. Most of us are aware of the importance of having working smoke alarms in our homes, but you might not know what you can do to greatly enhance your family's safety by also installing carbon monoxide alarms.
Safety tips to prevent carbon monoxide poisoning. Generators should be operated in well-ventilated locations outdoors, at least 3 feet away from all doors, windows, vent openings, and combustibles. Install carbon monoxide alarms inside your home to provide early warning of the buildup of this deadly gas. Look for the Underwriters Laboratories or UL certification when buying an alarm. Read the manufacturer's recommendations for the proper placement of the carbon monoxide alarm. Call your local fire department's non-emergency number to find out what number to call if the carbon monoxide alarm sounds. Post that number by your telephone. Make sure everyone in the household knows the difference between the fire emergency and carbon monoxide emergency numbers, if there is a difference. Test carbon monoxide alarms at least once a month and replace the batteries according to the manufacturer's instructions. A carbon monoxide alarm is not a substitute for a smoke alarm. Use both a carbon monoxide alarm and a smoke alarm. The cause of the carbon monoxide poisoning was found to be people improperly using a charcoal grill indoors for cooking and heating, running a generator indoors, or running a vehicle in a closed garage. The normal use of propane and natural gas appliances or kerosene heaters does not cause carbon monoxide poisoning with proper ventilation. But in poorly ventilated or enclosed spaces, carbon monoxide can build to dangerous levels, causing poisoning when the fumes are inhaled. It is never safe to use a charcoal grill hibachi inside the home. Why is carbon monoxide so dangerous?
This gas has no color, taste, or odor to it, so it's very difficult to realize when you're breathing it in.
The effects of carbon monoxide poisoning.
The effects of carbon monoxide can be variable. They can be mild, like dizziness, nausea, vomiting. They can be severe, as in coma, unconsciousness, or even death.
The role of a hyperbaric chamber.
Treatment in a hyperbaric oxygen chamber is critical to severe cases of carbon monoxide poisoning. It removes the carbon monoxide molecule from the red blood cells rapidly and eliminates the toxic effects.
What to do if carbon monoxide poisoning is suspected? If you suspect carbon monoxide poisoning, get out into the fresh air immediately. Do not stop to gather belongings or pack clothes. Simply get everyone together and get out into the fresh air. Do not leave your door open. Always close the door behind you. The fire department can then test and detect for a possible leak. If you or your loved ones are experiencing the symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning, contact your doctor immediately or go directly to the hospital and get yourself and your loved ones checked for possible carbon monoxide poisoning. Remember, you cannot see or smell carbon monoxide, but it can be deadly. Follow these simple steps to protect yourself and your loved ones from this silent killer.
The pet of the week this week at the Tullahoma Animal Shelter is a lab mix named Sugar, who entered the shelter as a stray. She's approximately 2 years old, up to date on her vaccinations, heartworm negative, spayed, and good with other dogs and children. Be sure to check out the shelter on Facebook for information about upcoming events and fundraisers. Remember, you can help support your local shelter by adopting, donating, or volunteering. For more details, contact Teresa at 454-9580. The Tullahoma Animal Shelter is located at 942 Maplewood Avenue.
The Coffee County Humane Society feature pet this week is Buffy. Buffy is looking for a home with a place to run. The shelter also has many other dogs available for adoption at 1210 Oakdale Street in Manchester. Hours of operation at the shelter are 7:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. on Saturday. The shelter's phone number is 723-2730. Donations for animal care can be made to the Coffee County Humane Society at P.O. Box 252 in Manchester. Their website is www.coffeehumane.org.
Stay with us. Your weather forecast is coming up next.
Russell's got your truck, man. Russell's got your truck. Chevy, Ford, and Ram, man. Russell's got your truck. With the best selection anywhere. Russell's got your truck.
Keith Barnett here at the Russell Barnett Automotive family, and man, do we ever have your truck. 4 brands, hundreds to choose from, all at year-end discounted prices. So with so much to choose from, my question is, why buy your next truck anywhere else?
Russell's got your truck, man.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gotta be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
It's your trademark. That's something special everyone knows and remembers. It's your thing. It's made holidays special for decades, and summers unforgettable for the entire neighborhood. It's made everyone laugh every single time. Don't let illness or injury keep you from doing your thing. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1942 at 79 degrees. The record low was in 1953 at 18 degrees. The average high on this day is 63 and the average low is 38. Cloudy weather in the forecast for tonight with a low of around 34. Partly cloudy weather expected on Friday with a high of 52 and a low of 31. Mostly cloudy weather in the forecast for Saturday with a high of 62 and a low of 45. And that's our Newsleader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
And from all of us on Newsleader 6 wishes you and your families a fabulous weekend. Thank you.